Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode for Absinthe Minded. As always, I'm your Absinthe Minded Professor. Today's taste experiment comes from Hanoi Falls Distillery in New York. It is La Cascade Verte. That's probably not helpful. So let me read the description for you. So this is natural spirits distilled with herbs and colored with petite wormwood, hyssop, lemon balm, and spearmint. Now, I bought that specifically for that flavor combo. I love spearmint, I love lemon, I love hyssop because I love anything minty. So I don't know if I'm going to will myself to convince me that it's going to be more minty than other absinthes, perhaps. What we're going to do today is I'm going to use kind of a regulation style absinthe glass. So if you've never used one of these before, what we're going to do is fill the bottom part with absinthe. Usually about one shot will be the right amount. And then the rest, we're going to slow drip water. So what we do is we put our handy dandy slow dripper right up top. We're going to fill, well, I should probably show you. We're going to fill the dripper to the brim with ice. Try to pack it in there. And then we're going to slow drip our water. And this will help get the flavor of our absinthe. Now, you've probably seen, or maybe you haven't, but if you are familiar with a little bit of the slow drippers, you may have seen a spoon that people put a sugar cube on, light it on fire, and then pour water over, usually with a dripper or some kind of fancy, very fancy slow dripping contraption. One of the first ones I saw was in New Orleans at the, one of the French Quarter bars. So I had a pirate's name. I wish I remember. That's a problem once you are. I am a middle-aged absinthe-minded professor, and unfortunately, that absent-minded and absinthe-minded is definitely catching up with me. So basically, what this does is this helps bring out the flavor of our absinthe, and as you can see, it's becoming very cloudy. And once it gets to the top, we will sample our absinthe. Now, you may have seen again the fire sugar. A lot of very absinthe purists really don't like that tradition, ritual, whatever you want to call it, practice. Most absinthe fans really think that dilutes and really kind of tarnishes the taste of the absinthe, especially if it's really good. Now, if you're dealing with something that kind of is water disguised as absinthe, like some of the, the Van Gogh, which is probably the easiest absinthe you could find, they tend to taste better when you have sugar. Most absinthe will depend on pretty much how sweet you want it. Now, most people have no problem with putting the sugar cube on the absinthe spoon, then dripping your water and then stirring it in. That does create a sweeter profile for the taste. Some people like it, some people don't. It just depends on preference. Again, I will show you a variety of glasses. I've even drank absinthe. I have drank absinthe out of, plastic cups. I've done, all sorts of cups. So it really depends on just what you have at hand. So as you can see, it's cloudy, clear. It smells really good. I'm definitely smelling hints of mint. But again, I don't know if I'm deceiving myself, but I really smell the lemon and I really smell the spearmint. And probably the hyssop too, because I'm sure I'm not a hyssop expert, but I know it is of the mint family. All right. So in terms of flavor profile, this is really nice. It's very smooth. You could definitely taste the spearmint. I don't know if I'm actually tasting the lemon. I'm smelling the lemon, but I'm not tasting the lemon. So this is really good in terms of a very smooth absinthe. Definitely not strong. Actually, I haven't checked the alcohol percent. So it is 140 proof. So what's my final grade for Cascade Verte? I give it a solid B. It has a mild flavor, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. The good part is that it would be great for beginners. If anyone is hesitant in trying absinthe or never had it before, this is going to provide a really good, smooth, mild flavor. Especially if someone is hesitant with any kind of black licorice or anise flavors, this is a really good way to introduce them to absinthe. I'm glad I tried it, but the mild flavor also works against it, in my opinion. I want a stronger anise flavor. I want a stronger herbal flavor. So again, I think it's a solid B. Ultimately, I would not buy this again, but I'm glad I tried. So it's a good absinthe, but definitely not one of the best.